Hey, good afternoon, everyone. It's Carm Capriato. It's Aftermarket Weekly live. You can see us at aftermarketweekly.com on the Remarkable Results Radio podcast. You can watch us live anytime there, and you can always see all the archived episodes. And this is episode 25, which means previous to that, we've had 24 different shop tours and all kinds of great information coming your way. And I have mentioned to you that this is my favorite show to put on. And the guy who actually we got together and started this thing 25 weeks ago is my guest host. Look who is in the house with me here today. And in honor of Halloween, Tom's in the house. Let's bring Tom in. How you doing, Tom?
Fantastic. Yeah, I'm inside the house that's behind you. You're on the outside. I'm on the inside.
I know, exactly right. Tom is from Automotive Management Network and also owns Auto-Centric in Grand Rapids, shop owner. Boy, he's become a great friend. You know, I looked up how long ago you and I started to do a podcast together, and it was 5 years ago. It was amazing. Wow. Thank you for all that you have contributed to the show. And of course, everyone knows Tom as the original guest host with me for the first maybe dozen or so or more weeks. And of course, I took this whole project on myself. And then I said, we had so much fun together. Let's bring Tom back. So he's here. And if you want to do anything with Tom regarding the great stuff at Automotive Management Network, there is the URL for it. Again, Tom, thanks for being here. We're going to have a blast. Tom has brought some really good stuff to talk about. So let's begin. Let me toss off the agenda to you. Tom is going to cover work environment. He's got a great survey that you need to give to your people. Moving to digital is a phenomenal report that he has for you. Of course, we're going to look and find out what our fortune of the day is. We're going to see a shop tour, and the shop tour is at Zimmerman's Automotive Tire Pros, auto sales, service, and quick lube out in Mechanicsburg, PA. Jackie Hauer, granddaughter of the founder, and of course, everyone knows Judy Zimmerman Walter. That's Judy's daughter, and so glad to have her here. She is in the back green room, and don't forget, we are having a new momentous. And it's not a do forget, but I do have an announcement for everyone. It was Saturday morning, right around 8 a.m., that Ann and I became grandparents for the second time.
All right.
And there she is, Alana Mae Capriato. Check that out. Matt and Caitlin had their second grandchild. And boy, does she have some hair there. What do you think? She's got some hair. So there's me. We get into the house. We babysat Donovan, and then we came back. And, I didn't even take off my jacket. And I sat on the couch, and they gave me the little girl. So woo, it's a thrill to be part of that. I'll tell you that. And don't forget, all the archived episodes, everyone, are on aftermarketweekly.com and Remarkable Results Radio. They're up there. And like I suggest, you may want to just binge like you do on Netflix stuff, and just get in there and watch them. There's so much going on. Hey, don't forget, we do a trivia question each and every week. And this week, here's our trivia question. The device was introduced back in 1922, and it was a $200 option, and people considered it a safety risk. Now, $200 in today's dollars is $3,098, just to let you know. That's why that was an awful lot of money. And if you're with us, and I see a whole bunch of comments already, thank you for all being here, hanging out with us on Facebook. Bobby and Bill and Kim and Megan and Paul, good to have you here. Don't forget, check in with your city. Give us a like, a comment, and or a share. That's what motivates us and keeps us going. So thank you for that. Hey, Tom. Yes. You brought some great stuff with us. So thanks for being here. Let's get into this whole best practice thing that you brought with us for us.
We're going to talk about technicians.
Love it.
Yeah, technicians in the shop. Where of course, it's the big subject. If you get together, people talk about subject. That's going to be one of the big ones. How do we retain the technicians? How do we keep them, et cetera? And, we look at our shops as they progressed over the years. And we've spent a lot of money and we've done a lot of fix up on things. Customer area was a big one. Everybody, that was kind of the first one. Let's really get in that, make it nice for the customers. And we kept going right up areas and offices and break rooms and the landscaping outside and the exterior. But an area that I don't see where a lot of time has been spent. In other words, I don't think it's radically different than it might have been 10, 20, 30 years ago, is in the shop. We've got newer equipment. We've painted the floors and we've done a few things like that. But if we're really going to attract the best people, you're going to attract people that aren't technicians now. We're going to retain some of these older technicians. We're going to have something special when we're hiring, so we have the silver bullet. Let's take a look at the shop. And some of this stuff is pretty straightforward, but yet if you go in shops today, talk to technicians, these are some of the things they'll talk about. They'll talk about things like heating. You know, it's a lousy way to save money for shop owners is turn the heat down in the winter. Obviously, the warmer climates. Are we air conditioning the shop? That's getting more popular all the time. If you're up here in the north, moisture on the floor, all the slop that you go through, how clean are we keeping that?
Hey, Tom, I want to interrupt you and tell our producer, Rick, to get that work environment slides up there for Tom, okay? We skipped a slide. Rick will go back to it. I'm sorry to interrupt you, man. Go ahead.
Oh, that's okay. And those are the things we've been fixing up, obviously, on the first slide. And then if you go to the second slide, it probably gets into some of the other things that I'm talking about. But humidity, high and low. And you think, well, how big of a deal is that? Well, it can't be a big deal. Airflow exchange, how fresh is that air that they're breathing back there all the time? Lighting. Lighting you can get from the outside. And of course, the artificial lighting that we add. And, you know, can they see a lot of stuff underneath that car without needing a shop light?
Hey, Tom, I want to talk about lighting for a minute. LEDs to me, when you put up an LED, it seems to be so much brighter and intense. And I just enjoy having these, you know, ultra white LEDs.
We have gone through our building and replaced them all, and there is a significant difference in the electric bill. So it probably doubled or tripled the brightness and took probably $100 a month off the electric bill. And their bulbs, et cetera, the conversions are getting cheaper to buy all the time.
I love this survey.
Noise level, something you may laugh at that at first, but there's a lot of things you can do in a shop to reduce the noise. And it's just something that I don't think we've talked about much over the years. I think it's going to be a big thing as we go forward. Cleanliness, we always talk about that. Clutter, organization, accessibility. How easy is it for the techs to find the resources, the ammunition that they need? And now we have technicians spending more time at the computer. You know, and that's kind of today's new wrenching in some aspect, is sitting at that computer and really finding out what's going on, doing the proper research. And if you're going to be there for a few minutes, you know, it's nice to have a decent stool, a decent chair with a back on it, and an ergonomically nice keyboard and a wrist pad to go with it. So you can't sit there and work at the computer, kind of like the advisor does, and have something that's comfortable. Being able to stand on a padded area, if there's areas where you stand a lot from the toolbox, front of a computer, or elsewhere where there's padding to stand on.
Sure.
And one of my favorites, which is wheel holders. This is something that came out a number of years ago, and I'm astounded to this day that this is not in every shop, that it didn't grow like wildfire. And I don't know if it's marketing or what, but I think the brand name on them is Wheel Wings. They're from one of the lift manufacturers. And they're just fold-out rods that are on the lift arms, and they just pop out. And then you take the wheel off the car, and you just move it over 18 inches and put it on the rod without ever lifting it up and down off the floor. And they don't work in every situation, but they usually work. The technicians love them, especially you get these pickups with 20-inch wheels. I mean, they weigh a lot. You can also get dollies that roll around and where you can put the wheel on that, so you get rid of this on the floor, off the floor stuff. But those are some examples, and I could keep going on, but the point is these shops, mine included, because there's stuff we're working on, they need to be more comfortable. We got a different person today coming into the field as the technician. And if they go back there and they look and it's cold and it's wet and it's not, and it's uncomfortable and it doesn't look like anybody's really all that happy being back there, they're not going to come and work for you.
Yeah. Environment, ergonomics. I love what you said. I loved the whole concept toward lean. Everything has a place. It's efficient. And I'm going to tell you, we're going to take this slide. We're going to create a PowerPoint out of it, and we're going to put it up on the website. So if you go to the episodes page on the website, you'll be able to download this survey that you can give to your people. I just love it, Tom. Thank you for breaking through on this. And there's no doubt it goes back to hiring and keeping great people.
I think giving that survey, you're going to find stuff out. What I mean by that is technicians are famous for not telling you it. I mean, it seems to be part of a technician is we're quiet. We don't tell you stuff. And giving that survey to them and ask them to fill it out, I think you'll get it back. You'll be surprised that, oh, they really don't like that.
Yeah.
And it gives you an opportunity to make them happier and see if we get a nicer place to work.
Well, thank you for motivating us and bringing that back to us. Rick, could you go back to that slide that we missed, if you will, just a couple, and put that up for us? I just want to tell everybody what we did this week. Joe Register did a great episode last Friday on secure vehicle interface, and today an episode from past president of ASCCA, Dave Kusa, in this cool format, this new format that we have, 20 questions in 30 minutes. Now, Rick, could you pop up a couple more slides for us? Every once in a while, we have a little tech glitches. Yes, and this Friday, Hunt Demarest is going to be with me, and we're going to do an update on the CARES Act and the PPP, the Payroll Protection Program, and we're going to cover that, just Hunt and I. And then this Thursday, repurposed episode on the Coaches Lab, why employees leave. This, if ever says, hey, Carmen, the last month, what's something I shouldn't miss to listen to or to watch? It would be this episode, Coaches Lab, why employees leave, especially if you're tight with time. Well, Tom is back with us, and we're going to talk a little bit more about consumer preferences, Tom. And I love this subject. Thanks for bringing that to us.
Well, common topic. Everything is going digital. We always talk about it. You say, well, what can be new here? And what's new is I think there's a lot of underemphasis. I don't think we take it as seriously as we should. And there's a huge opportunity there. Customers are really getting into the digital, and they're going to be demanding it more and more. And you're going to lose customers because they had a better digital setup than you do. It's going to be that straightforward. They've been moving to digital for, slowly over the past few years. And then we got COVID, and that kind of gave people more of a reason to do it.
Sure did.
But there was a little bit of a delay there. People, they took some time to figure it out. But once they figured it out, now it seems like there was a 3 to 6 month lag there. They went, oh, this is cool. It's like they when they first discovered Amazon. I don't have to sit on hold. There's all these things I don't have to do anymore. I can just click away and do so much of this digitally. It's simpler. It's more efficient. It's more accurate. And again, I think you're going to see people moving that way. I know if you're really into digital, like I am, and like a lot of customers you have are, for instance, I did this a number of years ago already. Pizza ordering. If I can't do it online, I don't order it.
I love that.
I'll come up in an area. We're new in an area because we move a lot for a variety of reasons. And find 6 pizza shops near us, and only 2 of them have online ordering. Well, the other 4, that's it. I just don't do anything with them.
I'd love to know, whoever's on Facebook, if you would not order a pizza if it wasn't, you couldn't order it online. I'd love to have a comment or two on that. Because I don't do that. I don't know why yet. I must be a digital naysayer, yet my whole life is digital.
Well, it's I don't know. Is it an Italian thing? I don't know.
Maybe it is. Maybe it is. I want him to hear my voice. It says, hey, I'd like a large cheese and a pepperoni pizza.
Exactly. If you don't, if you haven't been into ordering pizzas online, Domino's is just a killer. I mean, it's like the Amazon of ordering pizza online. It's idiot proof, and it goes quick, and they show you the progress, and it's very, very cool. But
okay, so how is it going to affect our shops here?
Oh, yeah, let's look at let's look at what's possible when we have that quote requests. We can simple online form, appointments, simple online form, information while a car's in the shop. We can get inspections sent to our phone. We can get photographs and videos sent to our phone. If I don't want to go in a building, you got all kinds of different people nowadays. This isn't going to go for all people, but there's some, it's going to be a big deal. They don't want to go in your building. Partially for COVID and partially because, as I've heard women say, auto repair shops smell funny. And that, it's left over from the differential fluid that you changed, and it works its way up. And people just don't care to go in there. Face-to-face, some people, and we get off into the whole disc personality thing, et cetera, but there's some people, they really don't want to do business face-to-face. They want their car fixed, and that just isn't part of it. Now, if you're Italian, it's just the opposite. You want to hug the guy, but not everybody's like that. So
I've been chatting with a lot of people about hugging, and they asked me, how are you dealing with this? And I said, really tough.
But, yeah, moving on with more stuff. Bill pay, that's something that a lot of the shops are adding on. You need to have a system where people can pay on their phone, on their smartphone, pay the bill. They got to have visual records they can get on their phone, on their computer. 100% paperless. I mean, it's green and all the paper you'll save, et cetera. Live chat is something that very few shops have, and I'm talking about able to actually chat with a real live person. In other words, where they can, your service advisor, one of your advisors is going to have a chat bubble come up on his screen. The customer wants to know something. And it's a way for them to just do that without sitting on hold and all that. And people are moving to that. It's been around for a while, but that kind of thing is something new, and take a serious look at that. People don't have to be in a specific location anymore. They can do this anywhere, any place they have a computer, tablet, and so on. They can carry on the whole conversation with the advisor with email if they want. They don't really even have to talk to somebody. And you get people like that nowadays. It's not just the physical. They don't care to talk to anybody on the phone. And they don't want to hear, anyway, they don't want to hear that deal. They'd like to do it all digitally. Just send me the estimates. I'll pick the ones I want. And, you say, well, I lose some sales opportunity there. Yeah, you do, but you might gain it because some other shop doesn't have it. You have, and that's what the customer wants. So I think we really need to get on this and be ahead of everybody. If you have all these options out here, some people will use them all, some people will use a few, but they're just getting really, really important. And if you have new customers that see you're missing some of these things, you're going to lose them to the shop that has them.
Thank you so much. It seems to me that there's either digital people or not. And if you recognize a digital person that likes to do business with you, not a big talker, not a hugger, if you will, not a relationship person, but they love you, then offer them this whole digital thing. And that loyalty piece, like you're saying, like Tom is a digital guy, you'll be loyal for a long time, as long as you can do business your way. And COVID exposed all of that. So that's really, really interesting. Thank you so much for that. Thank you for that. Hey, it's time for our fortune. Let me see. Let me give all of you your best fortune. Of course, this is my lunch on Tuesdays. This is my lunch. And our fortune for all of us today is good things are being said about you. Good things are being said about you. I love that. Thank you so much for that. And oh, by the way, here's a classic episode I'd love to share with you all. It was at Apex 1 year ago. I led a panel for Apex EDU. We called it Aftermarket 2030. I'm with Greg Bunch and Rick Schwartz and Jason Rainey there, episode 510. If you want to hear what these people were saying about the future of the automotive aftermarket and consolidation and buying and selling and stuff, it was a great episode. And we're ready for our shop tour. And we are with Jackie Walker. Let's bring Jackie up I'll add Jackie to our stream. There she is. Hello, Jackie.
Hello.
How are you?
My helper.
And your helper, you've got your
My
helper with you.
Yep.
It's Mason, right?
Mason. Yep.
Great. Hey, Jackie Walker's from Zimmerman's Automotive and Tire Pros. Take it away, Jackie. Show us your beautiful place.
So we were talking about it ahead of the show, and I wanted to show. So we rebranded about a year ago.
Yeah.
And we obviously are Zimmerman's Automotive, but now we have added, still same people, but now we are Zimmerman's Automotive Tire Pros.
Got it.
Yep.
Make no mistake, you guys are in the tire business, huh?
Yeah, exactly. All right, there we go. Back to it. So yeah, so you can see on the front here, we're in the midst of our October fundraiser that we're doing right now for Real Men Wear Pink. It's for American breast cancer.
Great.
That's what our pictures are there.
I see. Jackie, how long you been in business?
It's 62 years.
Amazing.
Yeah. And so we've been in this building now for 20 years this month. So this is over there at the Pennzoil sign is our Quick Lube. We have a 2-bay Quick Lube with a full basement underneath that our guys do the work there. There's the main part. And then this is our auto sales for our used cars that we sell.
How is the used car business?
It's picked up big time.
That's great. And I see you even have vehicles inside.
We do. We have one inside there. Yep. So we'll just go in here.
Well thought out here. It looks like you, wow, look at that.
This is our showroom. We've got our signs up everywhere for this month. And then
popcorn. I'm a customer. Yes. You have popcorn.
That was a big hit.
Probably because of COVID, you probably can't have it, right?
We just haven't done it in a while, but
all right.
I don't know. So one of the things my mom really wanted to point out, she couldn't be here today with us, is one of the things we did a couple years ago was this history wall. And this is the start of where we were when we started in 58. And then it just kind of goes down all the different.
Hey, everybody, this is a great idea, Jackie. It doesn't matter if your business is 10 years old. To have a history wall, that's amazing.
Yep.
That's amazing. You have pictures. You must have awards that you guys have won.
Yep. And let's see. So there's the land we're on now, and that was the start of.
I love that.
Yeah.
In the snow, we did our what do you want to call it? I forget. First dig or whatever.
Yeah, you're shovel in the ground.
Yes.
Breaking ground. Wow, how nice.
Yeah, that's our history wall.
How many team members do you have, Jackie?
We are at 29.
Wow.
Yeah. So we have, our 3 departments, which is the service and Quick Lube. Sorry, I'm trying to get the camera around. If I can get it. There we go. So we have our service, Quick Lube, and our auto sales. So amongst all 3, we have 29 employees. So 5 techs, 3 service advisors. I think we have 4 techs in our Quick Lube, and then a couple on the auto sales side.
Your business is up since that COVID hit?
It has been. We actually had to shut down our auto sales during, I think, 2 months worth. 2.5. Okay, I was just told 2.5. Our state had said that auto sales wasn't necessary and wasn't essential, and so we had to shut that down.
Yeah.
Which is actually essentially 60% of our business. So it was a rough struggle for a while, but as soon as we were able to open back up, it went like crazy.
Interesting. Hey, we'd love to see the shop.
Absolutely.
Love to see the shop.
I'll take you through here.
Thank you. Wow, 60% of the business, Tom, is car sales.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's a unique combination. Beautiful facility and just a unique combination. Very, very impressive. Just shows all the different options you have.
Yeah. So this is our service bay. We have 2 alignment machines, 3 truck lifts, and so we have 5 techs that work out here. Like I said earlier, it's lunch hour, so it's a little quiet, which I guess is
That's why
best
we
for
do this now. It was Tom's idea.
Not a bad idea, that's for sure. So yeah.
Yeah. Hey, Dwayne Myers said that the history wall is awesome. It's just super.
Yeah, it
So
is. It's a great reminder that you know you have a hard time thinking about the future, but once a year, if you take a bunch of pictures of your shop in and out and just keep them in a folder somewhere, and 30 years from now, you're going to be very happy that you did when you want to do this kind of thing.
Absolutely. And my mom is big on pictures, so that is definitely something we have a lot of.
Well, they do tell a lot, some great stories, Jackie. Hey, could we see the quick loop too?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'd love to see the quick loop. It's interesting to have a quick loop at a facility like this, but then I am going to believe that you guys have done it up so right, because you say you have the full basement below, right?
We do, yep. So let's switch this around.
They really strategically covered all the bases with tires, quick lube, repair, and sales. So a customer just has no need to go anywhere at any time. It's fantastic coverage.
Jackie, if a customer comes in for work and in that work, for example, there is an oil change, do you throw that vehicle through one of the lanes?
We do.
Or do
yes.
you? Okay, you do. All right, great. And then you bring it back over for the remaining service.
Correct.
Okay. Nice floor. Nice floor. Look at that.
Yes. We love this floor. So I can show you, take you down to the full basement.
Sure. Hopefully we won't lose your signal.
I think we'll be good.
Okay. So the filters are down there, of course. What else?
Oh, wow.
So there's our oil tanks back there.
Yeah. Okay.
And then, so there's the oil filters that we keep on hand that are used a lot.
Okay.
Well thought out, everything. Wow.
Yeah, mechanicals are all down there for everything in the facility, which is why you can keep it tight in the lanes, is that the mechanicals are down below. Yep. That's a big basement. Look at that.
It is huge. It's huge stock area for sure.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Impressive.
Yeah, we are feeling a little bit of degradation on the video, but it was just beautiful. A great tour of that. So what else is Zimmerman known for, Jackie?
Our community service. The stuff we do for our community is huge. A lot of our customers love everything we do. And I guess that you could say that shows because, like I said earlier, one of the things that we're doing right now is our October fundraiser for breast cancer awareness.
Yeah.
And we had a goal of just reaching $1,000, but we currently, with 1 week left, have reached over 2.
Oh,
as you can see.
Oh my. Wow, 2,200. How cool is that? Yeah, ever since I got to know your mom, and I think that was about 5 years ago, no doubt you guys have done so much involvement in the community. And again, I think what happens, Tom, is when you're around for 60 plus years, and your culture is right, and your commitment is there, and you continue to grow community. It's second nature to, and I guess the point we should all learn, even if you've been in business 2 years, 6 years, 40 years, even if you bought a business that has a 40-year legacy, you can't forget about the power and the value of reaching out and involving the community in your business.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Wow. Beautiful tour. I think we learned a lot. We sure understand and appreciate the legacy of the Zimmerman family. And you are third generation, I do believe, Jackie.
I am. Yep.
Yeah, grandpa, mom, and then you, and
Yes.
uncles and everything. Is a big family business.
It is very
Family,
big.
a family dynamic, and those can either be, and sometimes they're a tough challenge to have, and sometimes they are just a wonderful thing. Everybody shares and partakes in the responsibility. Hey, hang around. We so appreciate. There were a lot of great comments. You'll be able to see those comments in the replay later. Thank you so much for that. Now let's while you're here, let's do the trivia. Next week we're going to see Joe Hansen at Gordy's Garage in Roseville, Michigan. Tom, I know you know Joe, don't you, Tom?
Well, I'll bet I do.
I bet you do. And our guest host next week will be Dave Hobbs from Delphi.
All right.
And we all know David. He's got some really cool things to bring with him. Now let's go and do our trivia. You remember in the beginning, I asked this question: which device introduced in 1922 was a $200 option and considered a safety risk? Well, the answer is.
I have a guess.
You have a guess? What is it?
I may be early. It's not a record player, is it?
It's not a record player, and
darn.
it wasn't cruise control. It was the radio. Chevy. It was Chevy who introduced the first car radio, 1922, with a huge price tag of $200. Many safety agencies believed the radio was distracting and sought to ban them from cars. So think about what's going on today with the smartphone and texting, everyone. They may have been right back then. And
the
again,
the clock probably didn't work on that radio either.
Very, very good. Well, look, thank you all for being here. If you'd love to show off your shop, you'd love to be a guest host, this is your show. We so appreciate it. Aftermarketweekly.com. Watch all the pre-tours. Let's watch this Facebook the show over again on Facebook over the next couple of days. And Tom Ham, Automotive Management Network, Jackie Hauer, Zimmerman's Automotive and Tire Pros. Thanks for being here, everyone.
Thank you. Have a great day.